that's Guantanamo and what's happening there. As I said, Guantanamo is just one part of a network of prisons that still exist. And I want to just say a few words about Bagram. As most of you probably know, Bagram is a U.S. air base. There's a U.S. air base in Bagram, Afghanistan, that it has a detention facility where 600 to 700 people are still being held without any kind of meaningful review. We don't know who they are. We don't know where they were captured. We don't know what they're alleged to have done. The conditions they're being held in are very similar to what existed in Guantanamo in the earlier days. Those men continue to be held there, and the United States, Obama's Department of Justice, is taking exactly the same positions that the Bush administration took with respect to Guantanamo years ago, which is to say that these men have no right to a lawyer to challenge their detention in the United States, in any federal court in the United States. What they're basically saying is that despite the fact that people are being held on a U.S. military base where the United States holds the lock and key, that Afghanistan, the Afghan government actually has sovereignty over the facility, and that U.S. courts and the U.S. Constitution have no role to play. These are arguments they're continuing to make now. There's a case that's actually challenging the government with respect to Bagram that's in the courts now. We sort of won on a limited basis at the district court level. The government appealed. It was just heard on appeal at the appellate court level earlier in January, and the outcome remains to be seen. But again, these are 600 to 700 people. It looks very similar to what Guantanamo looked like in 2002. We don't nameless, no facts about them, and still, after years for some of them, have had no basis to challenge why they're being held, which is one of the most fundamental rights that we have.